And welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for the third game of our triple header here for you today. Now, this game coming up does have playoff implications. If the Chargers win, they will clinch a playoff spot, as they will get to 8-7, and they would have the tiebreaker over the Broncos, and the Broncos would have to contend with the Bills for that final playoff spot. Excuse me. So this one has a lot of playoff possibilities. If the Broncos win, all right, that puts the Chargers and the Bills fighting for that final spot. And it just gets messy in the AFC wild card. It's messy already. Hold on a sec. I had to take a sip of tea. All right, Evil Dead is now 113-76 on the season. He dropped back to 37 games over 500. He got the last game wrong. Hopefully he gets this one right. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Excuse me. Please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's head out to Denver for this one. Broncos Chargers here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. It's the Chargers and the Broncos. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports in the snow in Denver. Evil Dead's got the Chargers in this one. Oh, man. Didn't cough the first two games, and now I'm coughing. An AFC wildcard spot on the line, potentially in this one. If the Chargers win, they're in as a wildcard. Boy, look at that snow. We're underway live from Denver. Going to be hard to see the yard markers. On the return, bringing it back for the Chargers, number 26. That's going to be DJ Burke on the return. And Burke brings it out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Burke. And that's where the Chargers will have it 1st and 10. Ethan Garber is the quarterback for the Chargers. The rookie out of UCLA. Chargers will start at the 40-yard line. Nice return. The Chargers will clinch a wild card spot. They would have swept the Broncos. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Garbers hands off to Burke. And Burke bouncing through out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. We have some heavy snow here in Denver today. It'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 4 from the 46-yard line. Garbers under center. Garbers draws back, looking. Garbers throws down the middle, caught by Burke out of the backfield, out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 10 into Bronco territory. And that'll be a Chargers 1st down. The Chargers would be in as a wild card if they win today. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line in the I formation. Garbers fakes the handoff, looking, throws downfield, and it's incomplete. Threw it behind his receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. On a snowy afternoon here in Denver. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at the Bronco 44-yard line. 4 wide. Garbers on the shotgun. Garbers draws back, throws, and incomplete. The receivers are having a hard time making their cuts. The timing's off. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 44-yard line. Opening drive of the game. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 44. 4 wide for the Chargers. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back, looking, throws near side, caught, making the catch. Number 81, David Thompson, down to the 36. A gain of 8. He's a little bit shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2. Carlos Laws came up and made the tackle. This would be a 51-yard field goal attempt. Actually, a 53. They're going to go for it. On 4th and 2 from the 36-yard line. 4 wide. Garber's in the gun. Garber's hands off to Burke. Gets the first down. DJ Burke to the 30-yard line. First down, Chargers. Gutsy call, but they made it work. 1st and 10. Los Angeles at the Denver 30-yard line. 3 receivers off to the far side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's hands off. No, he takes it himself. Ethan Garber's on the end around all the way down to the 13-yard line. A gain of 17. And a first down for the Chargers. Injury timeout. One of the Broncos goes to the sideline. That's James Thomas, the linebacker, number 57. 1st and 10 Chargers now from the Bronco 13-yard line. Opening possession of the game. Nice opening drive. First and 10 from the 13-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Looking, steps up. He's going to take off. And Garber's down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 on the quarterback keeper. 5:42 and counting here in the first quarter. 2nd and 1 from the 4-yard line. Chargers come out 4 wide. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back, throws underneath. Caught by Roush. That's actually Ruth. Touchdown. No, it was Roush. I'm sorry, Jim Roush. A 4-yard touchdown catch for the big tight end in his 17th year out of Navy. Yeah, Ruth is 82. Roush is 85. The former Buccaneer, Jim Roush, on the touchdown. Nice opening drive by the LA Chargers. They take a 6-0 lead. Chargers clinch a wild card spot with a win. And now the extra point by Tyler Hines. Kick is up and good. Chargers lead at 7-0. 5:29 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. Both teams are 7-7. Because of tiebreakers and everything, the Chargers would clinch a wild card. Hines will kick off. From, it's hard to tell, about the 5-yard line. On the return, bringing it back, number 81 for the Broncos. That's James Barksdale, the rookie out of Arkansas. And the Broncos will start at their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Jeremy Lawler, the quarterback, in his 9th year out of Alabama. The former Cowboy. Played 8 years with Dallas, now in his first year with Denver. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Broncos' first possession of the game. They come out 4 wide. 1st and 10 from the 28. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler, hands off. And that's Perry Lattimore. We saw his younger brother in the earlier game, in the Eagles game. And Perry gets 7 yards out to the 34-yard line. The 6th year back out of Appalachian State. To bring up 2nd and 3. In the snow here in Denver. Broncos come out 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler looking. Lawler throws outside, caught by Lumen. C.J. Lumen out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 6. And that'll be a Bronco first down. C.J. Lumen, the third-year tight end at Louisiana Tech. That'll stop the clock for the moment. 4:53 left. Now it runs here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 40. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler to Lattimore. And Lattimore tries to get inside. No gain. Keith on the tackle there, number 98, John Keith, the 4th-year defensive end out of Colorado. Homecoming for him today. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Broncos. Down 7-0. 4 receivers wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Throws outside. Caught by Lumen. Out to the 49. A gain of 9. It'll be 3rd and 1. Third and 1 for the Broncos now. At their own 49-yard line. 4:12 and counting here in the first quarter. Chargers up 7-0. Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. Lattimore picks up a yard, gets the first down at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 Broncos. .350 and counting. Four wide. Lawler under center. Lawler looking. Lawler steps up. He's going to take off. And Lawler picks up the first down out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 17. First down Broncos. .321 and counting. Here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Charger 33-yard line. Lawler back to throw. Dumps it outside. Lumen can't hold on. Actually, that wasn't Lumen. That was number 89. That's Zach Vaughn, the rookie out of Oregon State. It'll be 2nd and 10. I want to clarify some playoff pictures here. Again, if the Chargers win, they're in. I know that much. And then Denver would have to contend with Buffalo for that final spot. On 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line, they hand off to Lattimore. And Lattimore down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 10. And that'll be a Bronco first down. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. Lawler under center. Lawler to Lattimore. And Lattimore to the 20-yard line. Buffalo has a 5-6 conference record. Denver, if they lose, would have a 5-6 conference record. I'm just kind of trying to figure out the playoff scenarios. 2nd and 7, they throw. And it's caught at the 12-yard line. Making the catch, number 83, that's Colt Cruz, the 10th-year receiver out of Texas. Down to the 12-yard line, gain of 8, first down, Denver. 2 minutes left to play. Here in the first quarter, Broncos on the move, 5 wide. Lawler in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Lawler draws back. Lawler looking, he's going to get sacked back at the 16-yard line. A loss of 4 yards. Bobby Bolton on the tackle. The linebacker in his 7th year out of Memphis. A loss of 4, be 2nd and 14. Back at the 16-yard line. 1:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Second and 14 from the 16-yard line. 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. Pardon my coughing. Lawler looking. Throws. Dumps it off to Lumen. And Lumen in for the touchdown. Hard to see the goal line. A 16-yard touchdown catch by C.J. Lumen, the 3rd-year tight end at Louisiana Tech. And the Broncos answer the Chargers touchdown with a touchdown of their own. And now Michael Lance will come on for the extra point to tie this one up. The kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 7. A minute 19 left to play here in the first quarter. Chargers 7, Broncos 7 in the snow at Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. 1:19 left in the first quarter. If the Broncos win, they do not clinch a wild card. It would come down to the final week of the season between the Broncos, Chargers, and Bills. If the Chargers win, they clinch a wild card, and the last spot comes down to the Broncos and Bills next week. On the return for the Chargers, nice return out to the 32-yard line, is Terrence Broadway, the rookie out of VMI. Be first and 10 Chargers out to the 32-yard line. Ethan Garbers, the rookie out of UCLA, will come back out to lead the offense. 27 degrees in Denver today with snow. It's December. It's the third week of December on my schedule. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers hands off to DJ Burke out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6. We're coming up on a minute left here in the first quarter. Look, Misty, a snow game. Misty's making snow angels on the sideline. 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Chargers all in tight. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Burke, and Burke tries to get outside out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 5. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. DJ Burke in his 9th year out of Georgia. Spent 8 years with the Packers. Now in his first season with the Chargers. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Chargers at their own 41-yard line. Garbers under center. Play action. Throws outside. Caught by the fullback, Brady Hunt. Out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 6. And that'll be a Charger first down. Brady Hunt, the 10th-year fullback out of Arkansas. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Snow Swept Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. We start the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 47-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. Garbers takes it himself. A flag is down as Garbers gets out to midfield. Let's see where this one's going. It's going to be holding on Los Angeles. On Ron Spears. 10-yard penalty. They'll back it up. Be 1st and 20 back at the 37-yard line. Chargers come out. Garbers in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. Garbers fakes the handoff. Garbers throws deep. Caught. Making the catch. David Thompson out to the 44. A gain of 19. He almost got the first down. Got most all of it back. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 44 of the Broncos. Thompson in his 10th year out of Florida. 4 wide for the Chargers. Garbers in the shotgun. 2nd and 1. Garbers back. Throws down the middle. Caught out of the backfield. DJ Burke to the 33-yard line. A gain of 11. And that'll be a first down for the Chargers. At the Bronco 33-yard line. So they overcome the holding penalty. Evil Dead's got the Chargers in this one. We're tied at 7 here in the second quarter. 3 backs in the backfield again. Garbers in the shotgun. Hunt in motion. Garbers fakes the handoff. Garbers rolls out. Throws downfield. Jump ball on the sideline. Incomplete. They were looking for Jim Roush. That'll stop the clock with 6:46 left and bring up 2nd and 10. 4 wide for the Chargers. Garber's in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Garber's back, looking, throws downfield, incomplete. He was looking for Roush, and that ball was severely underthrown. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 6:42 left in the half. We're tied at 7. Chargers come out 4 wide. Make it 5. Empty backfield. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's back. Looking. Throws down the middle. Caught. Deon Tate down to the 12-yard line. That's a gain of, let's see, how many yards? 20. Actually, 21. 21 yards to Deon Tate, the 7th-year receiver out of Vanderbilt. 1st and 10 Chargers now at the Bronco 12. Chargers trying to retake the lead. 4 wide on 1st and 10. Garber's in the shotgun. It's hard to see the goal line with all the snow. Roush in motion. Garber's back. Throws outside. Caught. Oh, Burke can't hold on. Incomplete. TJ Burke couldn't hold on. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. 6:07 left in the half. On 2nd and 10. Garber's under center. Single back. They hand off to Burke up the middle, and Burke turns it outside and gets to the 8-yard line, a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Jeff Benjamin came up and made the tackle, the safety in his 5th year out of Ohio State. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead on this Thursday, our 3rd game. 4 wide. Garber's in the gun. Garber's back. Throws down the middle. Incomplete. Broken up by Lynn Ryan, the defensive back, in his 3rd year out of Arkansas. They were trying to hit Deon Tate across the middle and back of the end zone. Chargers will kick a field goal. Tyler Hines will come on. This will be from 25 yards to give the Chargers the lead. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Made it in the snow. That's a tough kick. Chargers lead at 10-7. 5:35 left to play here in the first half. Live from Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. The Chargers next week, they host Cleveland to finish the season. I know that much. I forget about the Broncos. Let's see. Broncos next week. There's the kickoff. On the return is trying to pick up the number 81. That's David Thompson, brings it out to the 28-yard line. The Broncos play at the Rams next week to wrap up the regular season. That is the Monday night game next week to wrap up the regular season. First and 10 Broncos from the 28, 4 wide. Lawler under center. Lawler throws outside. Lumen can't hold on, incomplete. He took a pretty good shot by the linebacker there, number 57, Sean Camello, the 4th-year linebacker out of Syracuse. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. 3 wide to the far side. Lawler in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Lawler back, throws outside. Caught by Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo, the rookie out of Miami, the wide receiver. That'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the half. Chargers up 10-7. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler back. Throws down the middle. Caught by Colt Cruz out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 8, and that'll be a Denver first down. On the tackle, number 28, Tom Willis, second-year defensive back out of Baylor. 1st and 10, Denver at their own 41. They come out 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler drops back, throws underneath, caught by Lumen. Lumen out to the 48-yard line. They cross midfield. That'll be a gain of 9, and that's a first down. 4:19 and counting here in the first half. Chargers up 10-7. 1st and 10 from the Charger 48-yard line. 4 wide. Lawler under center. Lawler drops back. Throws near side. Caught by Lumen on the sideline. Good for 2 yards. Out to the Charger 46. Odell Briggs ran him out of bounds, the linebacker. It'll be a 2nd and 8. We'll go over tomorrow's schedule here in a second. We'll have a doubleheader for you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern. 2nd and 8 from the 46. Lawler back. He's being chased. He has to throw it away. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Doubleheader tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. It will be the Seahawks and the Cardinals, followed by the Rams and the Raiders. And then we'll wrap up week number 15 on Saturday, and we'll also start week 16 Saturday. 3rd and 8. Lawler rolls out, throws downfield, incomplete, trying to hit Lumen. He was well covered by Corwin Walls, the safety, in his 10th year out of Penn State. Knocks it down. It'll be 4th and 8. And Denver is going to have to punt with 3:49 left to play here in the second quarter. Sam Beasley back to punt. Beasley gets the punt away. Kind of shanked that one. A 20-yard punt. It's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will take over. 1st and 10, up 10-7. As Ethan Garbers, the rookie out of UCLA, comes back out. Chargers clinch a wild card with a win. It doesn't matter what Buffalo or Denver does next week. Chargers control their destiny at the moment. 3 wide to the far side. Garbers in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Garbers looking. Throws outside. Caught by Roush down the sideline. And Jim Roush out to the 46-yard line. A gain of 20. First down, LA Chargers. Chargers could be the 5th team to clinch a playoff spot in the AFC, leaving 1 spot open. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Garbers hands off to Burke, and Burke goes down. A 3-yard loss in the arms of number 58, Damon Bird, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Wake Forest. It'll be 2nd and 13. The Jets have won the AFC East already. The Steelers have won the AFC Central. And the Raiders have won the AFC West. All 3 divisions are taken in the AFC. On 2nd and 13, Garbers throws, and it's caught by Deon Tate down to the 33-yard line. 24 yards and a first down. The Dolphins clinched a wild card the other day. That's 4 slots. And the Chargers, if they win, they clinch a wild card. That'd be 5. And that leaves the Broncos and the Bills fighting for that final spot. And the Bengals, if the Chargers win. Jump ball caught by Tate down to the 4-yard line. 29 yards, and alley-oop to Deon Tate. I didn't want to leave the Bengals out of that argument also. The Bengals still have a shot. If the Broncos lose, it comes down to the Bills, Broncos, and Bengals all fighting for that final spot in the final week of the season. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. And there it is. 2 minutes left in the first half. Chargers lead at 10-7 here at Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. Ethan Garbers under center on 1st and goal from the 4. Garber's looking, throws inside, caught, touchdown. David Thompson, a 4-yard touchdown catch. There you go, Evil Dead. You took the Chargers in this one. And the LA Chargers have made this a 2-possession game. They go up 16-7. Just a slant pattern there by David Thompson. And now Tyler Hines will come on for the extra point. Hines for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. Chargers lead it 17-7. 1:58 left to play here in the first half. Here at Mile High Stadium in Denver, the Broncos have all 3 of their timeouts. Let's see if Denver can make it a 1-possession game before halftime. Yeah, I forgot about the Bengals upsetting the Bills last night. The Bengals are still in the playoff conversation. There's the kickoff by Tyler Hines. From, it's hard to tell, about the 5-yard line on the return. Bringing it back for the Broncos is number 85. That's Marcus Branch on the return. Out to the 32-yard line. And that's where Denver will have it, 1st and 10. $1:53 left to play here in the first half. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here with you on this Thursday night. The 3rd game of our triple header. 4 wide, Lawler under center. Lawler back, throws outside, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. We'll have a doubleheader for you tomorrow night. Not today, they don't. On 2nd and 10, Lawler looking. Lawler steps up. He's going to take off. And Jeremy Lawler out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 15. And that'll be a Bronco first down. Picked up the first down with his feet. And 1:30 and counting. We'll have the Seahawks and Cardinals tomorrow, followed by the Rams and the Raiders. 8 o'clock Eastern. Lawler back, 1st and 10. Lawler looking. Going to take off. And he scrambles out to the 47. A gain of 6. Make it a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. They're in charge of territory as he crosses midfield. CGM is back in the house. Good to see you, CGM. I like the old Denver helmet. It looks so good. 2nd and 5. Lawler back. Lawler throws a wobbly pass, incomplete. Got hit as he threw. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. I like the Chargers in the 70s uniforms too. They look good. 3rd and 5 from the 47-yard line. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler under center. Lawler draws back, looking, throws, caught, wide open. C.J. Lumen down the middle of the field. Good for 17 yards down to the 30-yard line. First down Broncos. They take a timeout with 45 seconds left in the half. Denver trying to get a score before halftime to make it a 1-possession game. Our good friend CGM from DC in the house. CGM, we miss it when you're not here. We wish you were here all the time. You're one of the cool ones that Evil Dead and I like. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4 wide, Lawler back. Lawler throws outside to Lumen. Out to the 22-yard line, a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. And that'll stop the clock with 41 seconds left. He gets out of bounds. C.J. Lumen in his 3rd year at Louisiana Tech. Broncos now at the Charger 22-yard line. Lawler under center. Lawler draws back, throws outside, caught down the sideline. That's Samson DeCarva down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 12. DeCarva's first catch, the 5th-year receiver out of Missouri. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. It's snowing so hard that when they clear the snow with their footsteps, it fills back in a little bit later on. They haven't been down on this end of the field very often. First and goal from the 10-yard line. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler looking. Lawler throws. Caught. Coming across. That's Lumen down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be second and goal from the 3. Broncos have 1 timeout. They're not using it yet. Down to 20 seconds. I don't know why they didn't take a timeout. They should have. Now they don't have time for a field goal. They got to score here. Lawler on second and goal throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Well, they got lucky there. 2 seconds left. Now they'll kick the field goal. This will be a 20-yard attempt by Michael Lance, the rookie out of USC. It'll make it a 1-possession game. Right before halftime, Lance will try it from 20 yards. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. And we go to halftime. Halftime score, the Chargers 17, the Broncos 10. Here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado, Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. The Chargers trying to wrap up a wild card spot with a win. Of the 4 teams all fighting for a spot, the Chargers are the only one that controls their destiny right now. There's the kickoff. Broncos get the ball first. Hard to tell what the yard line is. Bringing it back, James Barksdale out to the 26-yard line. If the Chargers win, the Bengals, Bills, and Broncos are all fighting for that final wildcard spot. Of those 3 teams, all Buffalo has to do is beat the Raiders next week, and they'd wrap up that wildcard. But if the Bills lose to the Raiders and the Broncos lose this game here, that would make it wide open for the Broncos and the Bengals. First and 10 from the 26. Lawler throws outside, making the catch is Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo out to the 30. A gain of 4 yards. It'll be second and 6. The only way the Bengals get in is if the Broncos lose today, lose next week, and the Bills lose, and the Bengals win. Second and 6 from the 30-yard line. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler looking. Lawler going to take off. And Lawler out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 9. That'll be a first down. $7:13 and counting. We're in the third quarter. Chargers up 17-10 in the snow in Denver. They've been on this end of the field a lot more than the other end. That's why it's more clear. Lawler hands off to Perry Lattimore down the sideline. And Lattimore out to the 43-yard line. 18 yards for Perry Lattimore, the 6th-year back out of Appalachian State. First down, Denver. Broncos can tie it up on this drive. .6:45 and counting. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler in the shotgun. Lawler draws back. Sets up a screen pass to Lattimore down the sideline. Lattimore all the way down to the 29. That'll be a gain of 14 yards to the Charger 29-yard line. Cody Savage on the tackle, the rookie safety out of Oregon. First and 10 Denver, looking to tie it up on this drive. They're at the Charger 29-yard line, first and 10. 4 wide for the Broncos. Lawler under center. Lawler looking. Lawler throws. He got hit as he threw. Incomplete. The pressure was applied by Thomas Gore, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, number 94, the defensive tackle. Second and 10 at the Charger 29. 4 wide for Denver. Lawler under center. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up 2. The linebacker, Sean Camello, on the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. .5:45 and counting. As soon as CGM says they have no offense, all of a sudden their offense picks up. Lawler back on 3rd down. Throws downfield, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And as soon as I say that, they miss on 4th down. They're looking for Xavier Restrepo. 4th and 8. This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt. Make it a 44-yard field goal attempt by Michael Lance. The kick is up, and he came up short. Not a good kick. Can't really blame the field conditions on that. The area he kicked from was relatively clear. It remains a 17-10 ball game in favor of the Chargers. Ethan Garber, some highlights. The touchdown to Roush and the touchdown to Thompson. So the LA Chargers will take over at their own 34-yard line, up 17-10. 5:33 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead on this Thursday night. On 1st and 10, Garber's in the shotgun. Single back. Hand off to Burke. And DJ Burke gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Broncos were right there to make the stop. 5:25 and counting. Second and 10 from the 34-yard line. 4 wide for the Chargers. Garber's under center. Garber's hands off to Burke. And Burke out to the 37-yard line, a gain of 3. Kendall Battle on the tackle, the defensive end. The safety, Kendall Battle, the safety, in his 8th year out of Boise State. It'll be 3rd and 7 from the 37-yard line for the Chargers. 4:47 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. 4 wide. Garber's in the shotgun. Garber's drops back. Throws. Caught. Roush across midfield. Down the sideline. One-man debate. And Jeff Benjamin comes over and makes the tackle at the 17-yard line. A gain of 46 yards to Jim Roush. Down the sideline. The 17th year tight end out of Navy. 17 years, and he's still going strong. He's about 44 years old. 1st and 10 from the 17 in the I formation. Garber's under center. Garber's to Burke. And Burke to the 14, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Coming up on 4 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Chargers trying to make this a 2-possession game. On 2nd and 7 from the 14. Garber's under center. Play action, rolls out. Garber's is going to take off, and he gets a yard to the 13-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Jeff Benjamin came up and made the tackle, the safety. In his 5th year out of Ohio State. 5 wide, empty backfield. Garber's in the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Garber's looking, throws to the end zone. Is caught. Touchdown. Jim Roush, his 2nd touchdown of the day. 13 yards. The 17th year tight end out of Navy. Why did the Buccaneers ever let him go? Nice catch. He was well covered. And the Chargers go up 23-10. Evil Dead likes that. And now Tyler Hines will come on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up. Extra point is good. Chargers lead at 24-10. Evil Dead is 113 and 75, or excuse me, 113 and 76 coming into this one. 37 games up. He can make it to 38 if the Chargers hold on and win it. He can get to 40 tomorrow then. Evil Dead, if the Chargers win, Evil Dead will be 2 out of 3 today. He'll take it. 3:15 left in the third quarter. Chargers up by 2 touchdowns, 24-10. Hines will kick off. From about the 8-yard line on the return, this is James Barksdale out to the 28-yard line. Yeah, the Giants are falling apart at a bad time. You don't want to go into the playoffs on a losing streak. Seattle can wrap up home field advantage in the NFC playoffs if they beat the Cardinals tomorrow. Seattle also wraps up the NFC West with a win over the Cardinals tomorrow. They still have a 2-game lead on the 49ers. 1st and 10. Lawler hands off to Lattimore. Lattimore out to the 31. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Under 3 minutes left to play. Yeah, the Giants did that last season too. Yeah, the Giants had home field advantage, and they lost in the first round to the 49ers at home. Yeah, you're right. The 49ers blew them out. On 2nd and 7, they hand off to Lattimore, and Lattimore out to the 40. A gain of 9, and that'll be a Bronco first down. Yeah, the 49ers beat them big. I remember that. The 49ers on the NFC side of the house, Seattle, the Giants, and the 49ers have all clinched at least wild cards. 3 other spots are open. Lattimore to the 39. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards. Sean Camillo on the tackle. Now Dallas will clinch a wild card, at least a wild card, if they beat Minnesota later this week. And Minnesota wins the division if they beat Dallas. 2nd and 12. Lawler looking. Lawler throws deep into a crowd. Jump ball incomplete. Looking for Samson DeCarva. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 12. Didn't the Colts take out the Giants that one season as well? Don't remember. I don't think it was the Colts. It was somebody else, though. You're right. 3rd and 12. 5 wide. And now they shift. Well, the Colts got in. They backed in with an 8-8 record and made it all the way to the Super Bowl. But they lost. 3rd and 12. Lawler back. Lawler throws. And it's knocked down. Nice play. Knocking it down, Tom Willis in his 2nd year out of Baylor. It'll be 4th and 12. The Broncos actually go 3 and out. They'll have to punt. This has not been the Broncos' best effort tonight. Sam Beasley back to punt. Beasley gets the punt away. It'll be fair caught at the 13-yard line. That's where the Chargers will take over. 1st and 10. 1:39 left to play. Some highlights. Nope, no highlights. 1:39 left here in the third quarter. Chargers up 24-10. In the snow. Chargers are looking like the snow team today, not the Broncos. Both teams are 7-7 coming in. 4 wide. Garber's under center. Garber's hands off. DJ Burke up the middle. And Burke out to the 30-yard line. A gain of 17. First down, Chargers. First down, LA Chargers. 1:20 left here in the third quarter. Chargers come out in the eye. Garber's under center. Garber's hands off to Burke. No play action looking. And now he's going to take off. And he gets taken down He gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Down to a minute left here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at their own 30-yard line. 4 wide. Garbers single back under center. Garbers looking, throws near side. He threw it out. His receiver ran it in. Looking for Jacoby George, incomplete. The rookie out of Miami. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Chargers come out 4 wide. Garbers in the shotgun, 3rd and 10. Garbers back. Looking, throws. Caught by Roush down the sideline. Roush having a big day down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 28 yards. Jim Roush looking like a rookie, not a 17-year veteran. Roush is having a huge day. Buccaneers are saying, we could have used him. Down to 20 seconds left. This might be the last play of the third quarter. 3 receivers off to the far side. 1st and 10. Garbers in the shotgun. Hands off. Burke tries to get outside. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that's the end of the third quarter. Chargers up 24-10 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Mile High Stadium, Denver, Colorado. We go to the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at the Bronco 31-yard line. Garbers hands off to Burke. And Burke will lose a yard back to the 33. Going to bring up 3rd and 11. Excuse me. Time to take some cough medicine again. 3rd and 11 from the Bronco 33-yard line. Chargers trying to make this a 3-possession game and clinch a wild card spot. 4 wide. Garbers in the shotgun. 3rd and 11. Garbers back. Garbers looking. Throws. Caught. Coming across. David Thompson down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chargers. The first game of Week 16 is the Raiders and the Bills. And if the Bills win, they wrap up that other wild card and it would knock the other teams out. So we can find out early in Week 16. They hand off to Burke to the 13-yard line. Of course, the Raiders still have a lot to play for. Home field advantage and all that. A gain of 5 would be 2nd and 5. It's going to be tough for the Bills to beat the Raiders, even if it's in Buffalo. 2nd and 5 from the 13-yard line. 4 wide. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers back. Throws outside. Caught by Deon Tate down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 1st and goal, Chargers. But if the Broncos lose here, which it looks like they're going to do, and the Bills were to beat the Raiders next week, then the AFC would be set. The only thing still at stake would be seeding. They throw underneath on 1st and goal down to the 2-yard line. Jacoby George makes the catch, the rookie out of Miami. 6:10 and counting. Garbers in the shotgun, 2nd and goal from the 2. Garbers hands off to Burke, and Burke goes down, no gain. On the tackle, number 55, Jackie Pierce, the rookie out of Notre Dame, the linebacker. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Under 6 minutes left. Chargers can make this a 3-touchdown game with a touchdown here. Chargers have come to play today. Garbers in the shotgun, 3rd and goal from the 2. Garbers to Burke. And Burke's in for the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by DJ Burke. And the Chargers go up 30-10. They're booing in Denver. The Boo Birds are out here at the Mile High City. Be a 3-touchdown lead for the Chargers with 5:35 left. Depending on what happens next week, the Chargers can leapfrog the Dolphins because they have the tiebreaker on Miami. The kick is up and good. 31-10. Let's say the Chargers win this game. It looks like they're going to. If the Chargers beat the Browns next week and the Dolphins were to lose to the Ravens, then the Chargers and Dolphins would be tied. And the Chargers have the tiebreaker head-to-head over Miami. So there's still a lot to play for next week. Seeding mostly. Now, if Buffalo loses to the Raiders, then the Bengals and the Broncos are still alive in that wild card. There's a lot moving pieces. There's the kickoff from the 5-yard line. On the return is Barksdale, brings it out to the 29. And that's where Denver will have it, 1st and 10. 5:32 left. Chargers up 31-10. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. We're past 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Actually, I think it's just me and Evil Dead at the moment. A lot of people watch after the fact, though. 1st and 10 from the 29. Lawler looking. Throws outside. It's nearly picked off. Should have been. John Majors, the 3rd-year defensive back out of Utah, nearly picked it off. Yep, it's just us. It's hard to get a crowd on Thursday. I don't know why that is. It just is. 2nd and 10 from the 29. 4 wide. Lawler under center. Lawler looking. Throws outside. Caught by Lumen. And Lumen out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 10, and that'll be a Bronco first down. I sincerely think one of the biggest reasons why I don't get a bigger crowd here is simply there's not enough people that know about it. Lawler in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Lawler back. Lawler looking, throws outside. It's knocked down again. Marcus Palmer, the 2nd-year safety out of Wake Forest, knocks it down. It'll be 2nd and 10. I think there's an audience for this. Obviously, I mean, we have regulars that come in. Nobody is as regular as Evil Dead, but we have regulars come in. That sounds funny. No one's as regular as you, Evil Dead. Lawler back, 2nd and 10. Throws deep down the sideline, incomplete. It's that Metamucil that keeps him regular. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line. That'll stop the clock. 4:53 left. 3rd and 10, 4 wide. Lawler in the shotgun. You're not so regular. Me either, as I get older. Lawler in the shotgun. 3rd and 10. Lawler back. Lawler looking. Scrambling around. It has to throw it away. It'll be 4th down. The pressure was applied by Bobby Bolton, the linebacker. It'll be 4th and 10. The Broncos kind of have to go for it, down by 3 touchdowns with 4:47 left. So on 4th and 10, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Lawler in the shotgun. Now they shift. They're going to put 3 to the far side. Still 4 wide. Lawler back. Lawler looking. Throws downfield. Caught. No, dropped. Lumen. That was actually Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo drops it. Turnover on downs. The Chargers will take over. And the Chargers can make this one a rout. 4:43 left. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Bronco 39-yard line. Chargers will get the season sweep on the Broncos. Chargers will go to 8 and 7. The Broncos will drop to 7 and 8. On 1st and 10. Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Burke. And Burke to the 35, a gain of 4. Now the Broncos don't play until the final game of the season, the Monday night game next week against the Rams. By the time we get there, Denver could be eliminated already. If Buffalo were to win against the Raiders, it would knock out the Bengals and the Broncos. DJ Burke to the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, it'll be 3rd and 1. But if the Bills lose, that opens things up. And the Broncos, all they have to do is be tied with the Bengals, and they'd have the tiebreaker there. They hand off to Burke up the middle, and Burke to the 22-yard line. If the Bills lose and the Bengals win, then the Bengals are tied with the Bills, but they have the tiebreaker on the Bills, and then they'd have to sit around and wait to see what happens with the Broncos and the Rams. That's if the Bills lose. Down to 3 minutes left. 1st and 10. Garbers in the shotgun. Garbers to Burke up the middle. And Burke back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Be 2nd and 10. Under 3 minutes left. I don't think either team's going to take a timeout here. Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Raiders tomorrow. 8 o'clock Eastern time. In the I formation, Garbers under center. Garbers hands off to Burke up the middle. And Burke out to the 13-yard line, a gain of 9. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. It looks like that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And it does. 2 minutes left. And I don't think either team's going to take a timeout. Congratulations to the LA Chargers. They've clinched a wild card. They hand off to Burke. Gets the first down. 3 yards down to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, Chargers. 1:50 left. And as suspected, the Broncos don't take a timeout. They know the game's over. Garbers in the shotgun, 1st and 10. The result of this game also knocks out the Ravens. Garbers a couple of yards as he hands off to Burke. Maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 10. 50 seconds left in the offset I. Garbers under center. This will be the last snap of the game unless they want to kick a field goal. Garbers hands off to Burke around the outside. Burke down to the 8-yard line. Again of a yard. They don't have to snap it again if they don't want to. A very convincing win for the LA Chargers as they will clinch a wild card spot in the AFC playoffs. Final seconds will tick away. Your final score: Chargers 31, Broncos 10. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you tomorrow night for a doubleheader, 8 o'clock Eastern. Good night, everybody.